my channel. Today I am doing a Sephora haul. I recently went to New York, which you might have seen from my postcards of New York video. If you haven't seen that already, I'll pop it in the description box. But I want to show you a few bits that I've picked up and also kind of do a first impressions. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing that I picked up is the beauty blender, and I thought in the nude it would look kind of less grubby after I've used it on my face and things like that. So I'm gonna use this to blend in my foundation and concealer, but I wanted to talk about those first before I go into it. I got NARS Sheer Glow. I've been meaning to pick it up for ages, and when I was in Sephora I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to get it, because if I don't get it now it's going to be on my list forever and I'm still not going to get around to picking it up. And I got this in the shade Cadiz, which is medium to dark, and let's quickly pop over and see how I get on with it. One thing that is annoying of this is that it doesn't have like a little cap, so you can go a little overboard with the pouring, which I don't like, because I don't want to waste this foundation, because it's obviously probably one of my more expensive ones. Got a little bit on my hand here, and then I've dampened my beauty blender because apparently they work better if they're slightly wet, so I'm just going to dab that onto this and then just put it all over my face for now. Apparently it works best if you just kind of bounce it off your skin. I mean, it's going on really nicely, and it's quite actually therapeutic doing this dabbing motion across the skin. You know, it's quite a light application. I think if you want more coverage you have to put a lot more foundation on, but that also could be because this is a new sponge, so it's probably absorbing a lot of the product. I have actually used this foundation as well with a brush. It actually looked really lovely with a brush as well. And don't be fooled by the name, it's not sheer at all. I'd say it was like a medium coverage. Sometimes with brushes you can get like brush marks, or it looks a bit like with this it's not looking cakey. My skin's looking quite natural, just a little bit more even and nicer really in general. I mean, this is a lot more time consuming, but I suppose it's worth it for a more flawless finish. So then moving on, I use the Radiant Creamy Concealer, also from NARS. I feel like I've heard good things about everything in this haul, which is exactly why I picked it up. And yeah, I just really wanted to give it a go and yeah, see if I liked it or not. So let's see if I did. So now for the concealer, which has a brush applicator, so I can just pop that under my eyes. I also like to put a bit on my chin, a bit down my nose. There we go. And also just a small bit on my little brow bones here. Pop a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Again, going back in with my blender. What's good about this is because of the pointed tip, it can fit quite nicely under your eyes, so I'm hoping that it will blend really well. It does give a really kind of seamless finish. Like this I'd have to work in quite a lot with my brush, whereas with this it just really does go through quite nicely. The concealer is creamy, like I can understand why they've called it that. It's really light and really kind of, it just blends really well. Like it does blend well even with a brush, but with this it looks awesome. And it's also, these two NARS products, the foundation and the concealer, are a really good match for my skin tone, and it is, I do think, brightening under the eye quite a lot, so there definitely is that radiance to it as well. I think this way as well means that I'm less likely to have like creases and stuff. Overall, definitely love the beauty blender. I think it's given me quite a flawless base, and these products I think work really nicely on my skin. That gets a thumbs up from me. Then moving on to the contour. I feel like my contour game is quite strong. I've got a lot better at this over the past few months maybe. I've heard again amazing reviews about this palette, so I thought that's going straight in my basket. And yeah, what I do like as well is it's got a variety of shades, but they've literally got everything in this palette. So let's see what I think. Okay, so I've just quickly filled in my brows, and now we will be doing some contouring and setting that concealer in place. But I'm going to do it with Lyric, which is this kind of yellowy, banana-y shade under my eye and just the other places where I've put concealer. And I've just cleaned all of my brushes, but I can't find my concealer brush that I put on, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to use this, I think it's a blush brush from Real Techniques. So we're going to roll with it, and we're going to ignore the fact that this is, you know, not a concealer brush. I'm literally just going to pat that under my eye and around that section. There's quite a lot of fallout happening on the palette, but it's all kind of falling out onto the black rim, which obviously isn't ideal because it's going to make the palette look quite dirty very early on and very quickly. So it's going to be one that I think you're going to have to clean regularly, and I don't really like that the packaging of this is like cardboard, but that has really brightened up that whole area. I mean, I can see it in the camera, but I can also see it in real life. Like, that has really brightened up my under eye area, but that is going to set really well, I think, and I think it's going to keep my makeup looking pretty bright throughout the day and all in place. So I'm very happy with that powder, and it doesn't feel heavy like to apply. I'm not sure, I don't think I've lost that much glow from it, even though it is a matte powder. For contour, I'm going to go in with Sombre because this is just more of an ashy colour, which will make it again look more natural, and I feel like this look so far is kind of natural-ish. So yeah, I'm going to go for this colour because I think that's going to really kind of work into my cheekbones. And I am tapping off there, you'll probably hear me tapping off the excess product because, I don't know, I feel like these are very pigmented, which is good, but you know, you don't want to go overboard. Like, that is making my cheekbones look a lot better than they are. That is good. Wow, I really like that. I think the shade on me is good, and that is literally using the smallest amount of product. I mean, this side of my face, I'm not sure if it's just the way I'm looking at the camera, but it already looks like a lot kind of tighter. So as for these contours and the powders in general, they're very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way, which is good because it also means that this will probably last me a really long time. So I'm just working this now into the temples and around my head, because as we can see, I've not got the world's smallest forehead, so we're going to bring that in a little bit. So overall, super happy with this product. Also from Sephora, I picked up the kind of notorious Becca Champagne Pop. I've heard so much about this collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, and yeah, I just thought, I love a good highlighter, so why not? I love the packaging of this as well, and the kind of goldy, rose goldy reflectiveness that it's got going on. So as I said before, I did get this in the cream version. I'm hoping that this will give me a more natural kind of glow, rather than sometimes I feel like with powder highlights they can get a bit too much and it looks kind of too much on your face, whereas I feel like a cream product might be slightly better to give a more natural kind of finish. So fingers crossed, that's what it looks like. Looks very nice in the pan, I'm excited. I'm just gonna literally do a little circular motion in the middle of the pan, and look at that already. That is just such a lovely colour. But I'm just going to dab that first of all across the tops of my cheekbones in a little kind of backwards C, I think that is. Half moon we'll call it. I mean, it's certainly blending very well into my look. You know, it's not kind of sitting on top or anything like that. Put some on my brow though. So this is giving me a really, really nice glow actually. If you can get it there, are you getting it? You can definitely like apply more if you're like more of a glowy person, then this is good, because I feel like you can start quite steady and then build it up to something like that you're happy with. And then I'm just going to do my other cheek and brow bone. Okay, you can see the glow on this side a lot more. I don't know whether it's the lighting or something, but bam. I mean, I'm sure it's lovely in the powder as well, but I just feel like for me the cream just seemed more appealing at the time. Okay, so that's the highlight. Yeah, I really like this. So we're getting towards the end of the haul now, but I thought I would also pick up the Tarte palette, because you can get it on QVC or something, but it's quite hard to get hold of and things like that. So as soon as I was browsing the counter, this palette automatically caught my eye. Number one, the shades are beautiful, and number two, they're all matte, which is a very rare thing to get in a palette. So I knew, I was like, yes, you are also going in my basket with the rest of my makeup. But you can see me apply it and see what colours I use and stuff. But love, love, love. I'm super excited to use this palette. And I actually think, because all of the colours are like browny purples, they're going to keep this kind of natural look that I've got going on. I think I'm going to go for a purpley pinky look, seeing as we're in summer, and I tend to do a lot of brown eye looks, so I'll go for the purples. I'm going to go in first of all with Caregiver, which is this colour just here, which is kind of like a very soft natural pink, and I'm going to pop that all over the lid as my kind of base colour. To apply, they're really quite dreamy actually. Like it's very pigmented. Like this is a very light colour on my skin, and it's coming out very, very well, and it is a really nice soft colour. Okay, so now we've got that all over the lids. I think I'm going to go into the crease with this shade next to it, Natural Beauty, and then I'm going to deepen it up with Best Friend, because they just look like a good kind of three little smoky eye set there. I'm just going to do little windscreen wiper motions just to really deepen up that area. This colour is a really, really nice crease shade. I mean, all of these colours I think would work well on a lot of skin tones. They're just a really, really nice set of colours, and very natural, very easy to use. I mean, apart from black, which is fashionista, they're all very, like these ones are very soft, so if you don't like a kind of dark smoky eye or something like that, these would be a great option for you. I'm just going to bring this under the eye as well. So now we're going to go in with Best Friend, just into the outer corner, just to deepen up this look a little bit. They're blending together really nicely. Happy with that look there. So this is what it looks like. Overall, love the colours in the palette, so I knew I was going to like it. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. It gets a yes from me. I think this haul's going too good to be true. So from Kat Von D, when I was at her counter, I knew as much as I'd heard about the Shade and Light, I'd also heard about her everlasting liquid lipsticks. I picked up two. The first one is Lolita, which is what I've got on and which is what I choose to apply. But I also picked Nosferatu. That's probably not how it's pronounced, but it's a deep red. It's a lovely shade. I'll do a cutaway so you can see what that looks like as well. I really wish I picked up more on reflection, but you know, next time, next trip, I'll be getting some more of these. Okay, so I've just gone and applied a bit of mascara. And I've gone for the Lolita shade for the lip colour because I thought the red might completely throw off the look I've got going on right now. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have used these since returning, so this isn't really a first impression. But it does mean that I can inform you fully that they are incredible. Like, this shade is awesome, and it looks weird now because I've only got it on one lip, but they are just amazing. Like, I've eaten, I've gone out all day, and these have lasted, you know, pretty well. They do dry very quickly as well, like, but they're easy to apply. I'm really happy with the results of this one. In particular, it's definitely hands down the best one I've tried. So yeah, and I'm obviously very happy with the colour. This colour is just amazing, and I really like this kind of slightly deeper nude shade. It's very similar to a lot of the lip products that I tend to wear on a daily basis, so I knew when I swatched this one in Sephora that I had to get it. This isn't a bad makeup look for, you know, kind of all of the mix and match products that I've got, and I actually, like, on reflection, I don't think I've got one bad product from that haul. So yeah, money is well spent. And last but not least, I also picked up a little bit of skincare. I'd heard a lot about the Origins masks in general, but this one's the Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask, which is supposed to, like, clean out your pores and stuff. But I've heard really good things about charcoal for oily skin, and I have the oiliest skin. Like, if you've read any of my skincare posts or any of my beauty posts, like, I have oily skin. Yeah, you know, hands are up. That is me down to a T. So I'd heard, like, this is really good to kind of help combat that and things like that. So I'm going to be testing this out. I bought the mini because, well, I think this is a mini, just to test it out and see if it did any good and if it actually works for my skin. So keep your eyes peeled for, like, a blog post, or maybe I'll do a skincare routine or something, and let you know how I'm getting on with this. So that wraps up absolutely everything in my Sephora haul. I think. I hope it's given you a bit more information about the products and whether to invest or not invest. So if you've liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new for more videos. I know I've been kind of lagging on the beauty videos recently, so this was a great opportunity to kind of mix up two of them. But yeah, so hopefully I will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye!